Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and I hope you're having a fantastic start of the week. Now in today's video, I want to cover the highlights of last week, those pre-orders that in my opinion are the best. So I want to cover PCS because they're releasing a new Grimlock statue. I want to cover Sideshow Collectibles, the new Huntress premium format. XM Studios is releasing a new Zatanna statue that looks really great. And I want to cover Prime1 Studio because they're releasing the Robin that is going to go alongside the Batman Forever statue. Now, some of you have asked me to do a reaction video for Iron Studios because they have released a ton of statues in the past 2 months. And I'm working on a video, so don't fret, stay tuned. In a couple of days, I will have that video for you. So I want to really go in depth as I did with Prime1 Studio last week. And I want to cover all the stuff that they have released. Alright guys, so let's start with PCS with Grimlock Supreme Edition Diorama. This is priced at $1,855. There's no edition size yet. This is going to release between September and November of 2022. Of course, it's always subject to change. Now, before we get into the pictures, I want to invite you, if you like the contents of this channel, if you like the video, if you like the stuff that I do here, don't forget to leave a like and to comment to let me know what you think about the pieces that I'm covering today, and also share the video with your friends through social media. Now, this project has been in the works for quite some time. I remember it was last year when they showcased some of the renderings, so they've been working on it for some time. And to be honest with you, it is impressive to look at, but I'm not totally sold on it because I think that it is definitely there's a lot of stuff going on in this diorama. Now, the concept is cool. When I saw the renders for the first time, they look great. The concept was great. I know that there are a lot of fans out there of Transformers, so I know that this is going to do well. Now, there are collectors that collect whatever they like, so and they don't have any reservations with things because they have the means for it, so they pay for it. So I know some collectors are going to add this to their collections. However, I feel that this is more geared towards those that are invested 100% into Transformers, and I will say that those are the ones that are going to value this piece the most. It is tall, as you can see, for that scale, but at the same time, I feel that the price is really high for what you get here. And I know that some people have already mentioned that. It has a lot of parts for sure. It has a lot of parts that can break, and definitely all of that is added to the price tag. The concept, it's cool. I still think that the XM Studios Grimlock statue, in my opinion, it's better because I do like the simplicity of it. It's just, in this case, Grimlock, and the dinosaur is just a tiny little piece that goes alongside it. You know, this is a transformation here, and it tries to represent that. And I think in that regard, they have done a really good job on it. I like it as it is, you know, and I feel that it does have a lot of quality. As you can see, the paint job is perfect. I think it's kind of like a mixture between what you see from the classic cartoon and the modern renditions of in this case, of Grimlock. So it does play with both things. There are a lot of things that are going on here because this represents the transformation, but it's kind of busy and it's hard to really tell that that's what it is unless you really get close, like in this picture. Other than that, it looks like just some power that is coming through him or whatever. So that's the only thing, that's the challenge sometimes of clear resin, trying to represent an image, and that sometimes it's hard to translate into a 3D form. But beyond that, I think the concept is there, and I know some people really like it. It was impressive to look at. And some people love that. You know, some collectors, they love just to look at the small detail and trying to find some things here and there. And I will tell you, it's not a bad deal. Alright guys, now we're moving on to the Vampirella 1/3 scale statue. The price for this is $905. I think it's a perfect price. And there's no edition size yet. It's going to release between August and October of 2022. I don't know who actually sculpted this, but whoever did the job here did a good job. This is the part where you realize this. This is priced at really, and I would say even though it's almost $1,000, I think it's still affordable in comparison to a lot of the things that are happening right now with the 1/3 scale. So I think this is the average price for a 1/3, or at least the average price that used to be 2 years ago. So I think that this is great, and at the same time, it reminds us that in most cases, what really determines the price of something is the franchise itself. You know, how much they're charging to produce this type of statues. Now, Vampirella, it is a popular character. If you understand, if you know the character, if you know the Dynamite Comics now that they have the license, you know, you realize that Vampirella has been in comics for a long time. So there's a lot of fans. Many statues have been produced of this character. Sideshow has done fantastic pieces, but also Dynamite Entertainment has produced their own pieces, and other artists have, and other companies have done it. So It is always popular, so I'm surprised about the price, and I think it's a really good entry also to the 1/3 scale. Of course, we have seen other type of representation, more gruesome representation by Sideshow, for example. But I will tell you that this represents the character because he has the 2 different portraits. The more classic, like this one with the pretty much the bangs that she has in the hair, which is very classic, and also the more modern rendition. So I will tell you it's good, definitely for those who really love the character, and I'm sure that there's a lot of fans out there that are pre-ordering this. Now here you have the 2 portraits. You have the modern rendition, as you can see right there, and the classic portrait, which has the more the Asian look in the eyes. So it's really nice, actually. I like it. The paint job is good. I don't know who painted this, but whoever did a good job. Now this is some type of mist. Looks a little bit like liquid. The bat looks really cool. It's a simple sculpt. But even though it's a simple sculpt, I think even the paint job in its simplicity as well is capturing the essence of the character really, really well. We all like cheap goods. We all want to pay a lesser amount that actually things are priced nowadays. But at the same time, we have to kind of keep in mind that what these companies are doing and what they're struggling with right now with the, with everything that is happening in the world. So they try to stay competitive, and at the same time, they're trying to sell a product. And I will tell you, I think this is a great piece as it is, and I think the price is fair. Alright guys, now we're moving on to the Huntress premium format figure by Sideshow Collectibles. The price for this is $585. It's going to release between June and August of 2022. Now the people involved here, we have Steve Lohr as the sculptor. The designers, we have Ian McDonald, Richard Long, Kat Sapine as the painter, Tim Hansen as the cut and the sew. The Sideshow design and development team is involved in the whole process. It looks great. I really like this sculpt. I think it's good. I think Steve Lohr did a really terrific job in the sculpting this character. It's a sexy sculpt, and it's something that Sideshow is always known for. People love that from Sideshow, and that's something that I think they thrive on it. And they're not really breaking the mold. They're not making anything complicated with it. They're just catering to what they know that people are going to buy, and I think they're good at it. The cape, of course, some people are going to dislike, and there's something that now almost every single statue that is produced with a cape comes with the fabric cape. And I know, it's the norm now. We have to kind of accept it. Still people are going to complain. There's always going to be one person that is going to say that they don't like it, but it is what it is. One thing that Sideshow does well is that they simplify things in a way that is easier to display. And I think that they are really masters of that. Other companies go overboard with the bases. Sideshow doesn't do it. A person that runs out of space is a person that is not going to purchase anymore. So sometimes you have to be smart when it comes about business decisions that you make. Yeah, you want to have the most beautiful art in the world, but at the same time, if that beautiful art is just taking a lot of real estate, then what is the point? You're in the business of selling statues, not just to sell yourself out of business. So it's the way it is. But I like it. Again, I will tell you, I don't know which one is the best, this one or the previous one. It's just a matter of choice. I think it looks great. The cape is posable, so you can do certain things with it. In this case, Huntress is a popular character. Even in the smaller scales, we have seen versions of it, and it's always going to be the case. And I know some people are going to say, well, why are we getting the same characters over and over? And the reality is because they sell. And as long as they sell, companies are they're gonna keep producing them. That's just the way it is. Look at this rusted knife in the back, kind of cool. And that crowbar there. And she has some, like you can see on the paint on the boots, they're kind of dirty. She's been through battles, which is something normal for Huntress. And the face is good. Another thing that Sideshow's not doing anymore, the interchangeable portraits, they're not doing that. They're moving away from exclusives, which is kind of sad at the same time, because for many years it was a big part of this industry, or this hobby, to have the exclusives. At the same time, I was never really a big fan of the exclusives because it divided collectors into 2 classes, first class and second class, and ultimately people want to feel that they have an ultimate thing. So in some ways it's good. Alright guys, and now we're moving on to XM Studios with the Zatanna statue. The edition size for this, the max is going to be 599 pieces. The retail price for this in Singapore dollars is $1,350. You get a 10% if you're a Prestige member. Only available in Southeast Asia. However, you can go through different routes like Spec Fiction to get this in your country. Now, the artists involved here, we have Audio Anindito as the designer, Paul Tan and Guillermo Barbiero are the sculptors, and the XM Studios design and development team is involved in the whole process. Alright guys, so now we're looking at the pictures, and I'm telling you, I really like this piece. And I'm not saying this because I'm biased. because Guillermo Barbiero is a friend of mine, and I definitely admire his work. I'm so glad that he has been busy in the last few years. He's been doing a lot of work with Sideshow Collectibles, with Twitterhead, with XM Studios, so he's been busy, and I like that. I think he deserves to have more work, you know, to be busy all the time, because he is phenomenal. Like I was mentioning with Huntress, I really like the simplicity of the base. The base is not too big. It tells a story, but it's not huge to the point that it's taking too much real estate. So I feel that in that end, I would say that XM Studios is learning and adapting and creating better bases. And I will tell you, every piece that they've been releasing, every pre-order they've been releasing lately, I feel that the bases are better designed. So they're getting better at that craft of designing things, the whole team. And that's great. And I love the story that is being told through here. And of course, it comes with stitch-up parts. And here you can see the gentleman standing right next to it. So that gives you an idea, a reference in regards to the scale. Really cool. Most of these female portraits that they've been doing lately are really serious, like very stoic. And I know some people don't like that idea because they like the more playful, sexy look of the character. At the same time, we have to keep in mind that our modern culture, it's moving away from past ideas or concepts of the way we define what makes a woman sexy. I think now it's more about having the strong female characters. And I feel that that's something that is moving along in the way these characters are portrayed through different media. And don't forget, even though XM is releasing this, XM is producing this, they have to send this for approval. They have to follow guidelines, and that's one thing that it is hard to do, particularly when you have to please, you know, these people, these executives, and what they're trying to do, the messages they want to portray with the character. So there's a lot of things that we do not get to see, but companies have to really work. And another thing that I love about the statue is Detective Chimp right there. It's such a cool concept, and I'm telling you, this is a great contender of Zatanna statue. And there's been so many great Zatanna statues, and we have some pre-orders too, but I'm telling you, I really like the concept here. And of course the story, I like the rabbits and this animals coming out, you know, some spell is really good. And this is the more playful portrait. I think a lot of people are going to display this one the most. The hat looks better here than it does on, they did it on the Prime1 studio. The size of the hat is appropriate. The book, it spells there, you know, you see some creatures being formed there, some birds and things like that. It's just great. The whole concept here is really good. And the paint job is perfect. It's a great piece. And I will tell the XM team, they did a terrific job with this one. Definitely this is a winner. Alright guys, so now we're moving on to the last piece of this video, which is the Prime1 Studio Batman Forever Robin. The price for this one is $1,300. If you purchase the Batman that I talked about last week, you can get a $50 discount, which is a small discount, but still a discount. Now, this piece is going to be released at the end of 2022, next year, and early 2023. This piece, I will tell you, just straight up, I think it's great. It looks good. It represents Chris O'Donnell as he represented Robin in Batman Forever. And it looks great. The whole thing looks good, and definitely has the package. So I know a lot of people are gonna point that out. That's the fun thing, I will say, about the film, and the thing that a lot of people really make fun of for many years up to this point. In some cases, at different angles, you know, you can see Chris O'Donnell, you know it's Chris O'Donnell, and some other angles, it looks a bit different, younger than when he portrayed this character. The only thing that I would complain about this would be the price. I think it's steep for a piece that doesn't really have interchangeable parts. And that's what I was saying, like with Vampirella. I think Vampirella looks great. It's a 1/3 scale statue. It's a simple thing, but they managed to price it under $1,000. Yes, of course, you know, we're talking about Prime1 Studio, so you know it's going to be expensive just because of the name of the company. It is 90 centimeters, 10 more centimeters is a meter, so it's tall. I like the base. I think it really does well. You know, again, it's just a simple museum pose. Nothing complicated with it. It looks like the character, no weapons, no switch out parts, which is also a bummer for Batman. And looking at the face here, looking at that, you know, it looks like a younger version of Chris O'Donnell. You know, that's for sure. It looks a lot younger. But, you know, it has the nipples and all of that, which is always amazing. You know, I don't know. It's an armor that has nipples. You know, the understanding of that is always weird. But at the same time, I enjoy the film when I watch it. And I think the Robin suit, besides the package, I think it was great. So he represented the character. It looks good, you know, for what it is. It's going to fit well with Batman. You can see him side by side, and actually I prefer his base. I think the symbol, the Robin symbol there, is brighter, of course, because of the color, so it looks better there than this Batman symbol that is hard to see. What I like about Batman, and I mentioned that in that video last week, I like that you get that wall with all those weapons. That's gonna be super cool. I would definitely love to see this collection grow because there's a lot of potential with villains and heroes and characters since the 1989 film all the way through the 90s. I think Prime1 Studio does a fantastic job in representing these characters. There's simplicity in it. The paint job is good, so you know you're getting quality. The price is the point. I think that's the biggest complaint that you get here. But make no mistake, Prime1 Studio builds with quality. They have quality. You don't get to see a lot of complaints. Yeah, people complain. There's always some imperfections here and there, but for the most part, they deliver on the promise. Now, will this stand? Will this survive any cancellation? Who knows? That's something that I have no control. I cannot really tell you, and it's sad when things get canceled. But all depends on the reception. How many people are appearing this? I never saw the bats until now. That's really a cool detail that's been added to the bases. Actually, really cool. In the end, it's a matter of opinion. It is a matter of perception. You never know how things are going to unfold and the reasons why things go the way they go, how things go south, or how things improve, or how things actually survive the cut. You never know. But one thing I can tell you at Prime1 Studio is doing amazing work, and that's undeniable. Yes, the price is the problem, but at the same time, you know, you're paying a premium for a premium collectible. But what is your opinion? What do you think about the pieces that we covered today? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so you're reminded of the next video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are down below. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless you. Take care, and I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.